Friends, welcome back to my channel Zikre Karbala. And as I have said that I am very soon going to bring the fifth part of my series documentary of Imam Zain Abedin alayhi salam, which will be the last part of this series. So now I have brought it and I will continue this, the sermon of Imam Zain Abedin alayhi salam, which I have described half of the sermon in the fourth part. So now let's start. The Imam has given a very courageful sermon, and now he continued his sermon by describing the bravery of his family in his sermon. Then he said to Yazid and his courtiers that, "Poor people, listen. I am the son of that one who have picked up a precious black rock and placed it on its place. I am the son of that one who have rode on a buraq. I am the son of that one who have reached the sky. I am the son of that one who have worshipped with the angels of heaven. I am the son of that Muhammad Mustafa. I am the son of that one who have did jihad with two swords, who have fought with two swords in the army of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I am the son of that one who is the father of two sultans from my ummah. Hassan Hussein's father, Ali Murtaza, is my grandfather. And the leader of the ladies of the whole world, Fatima Salamullah Alaiha, she is my grandmother. I am the son of Fatima Salamullah Alaiha." I have just said this much, and the whole court was distracted to him. Yazid, very disturbedly, he was shouting, worried. This was what he was afraid of. He had thought first only that everybody will turn to Imam's side and leave him alone. Then he said, "Now sound azan, because he will not stop until you sound azan." Then many men stood up and said, "Allahu Akbar." Then Imam also said, "Allahu Akbar," and said, "Of course, Allah is the biggest." Then Imam said, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah." Then Imam said, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah," and said, "Of course, there is no God instead of Allah." Then the men stood up and said, "Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Then Imam, looking to Yazid, he asked, "Yazid, tell me, is Muhammad your grandfather or my grandfather?" Then Yazid said, "No, Muhammad is your grandfather, not mine." Then Imam said, "So Yazid, is this justice? You have brought the family of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the ladies of his family, without the chadar on their head. You have arrested them and brought to your court. You have chained me, put in shackles on my hand. You have killed my father. You have cutten off his head in Karbala. And now you are saying, Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Now what is left for you all? You have killed my father. You have shackled me, chained me, brought my family like this to your court. And now again you are saying, Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Is this justice, Yazid?" Imam had just said this much. The whole court started crying. Yazid shouted patiently and he said, "Get him back in the prison. I don't want to see him." And then the soldiers took Imam back to the prison. And in that prison, his sister, Janab Sakina Salamullah Alaiha, had died. Yes, when somebody in Medina had asked after Karbala to Imam, "Imam, where your heart had filled the very much pain." Then Imam cried for a long time and said 3 times, "Asham, Asham, Asham." That means firstly in Sham, at the market of Sham, when he saw his family without the chadar, his family ladies without chadar on their head. And then second time in the prison of Syria, where his sister Janab Safina Salamullah Alaiha had died. And at the court of Yazid is the third that he had said Asham, because then his father's head was placed in a golden plate and Yazid had fitted it with his stick. After Karbala, when he was imprisoned and for 2 years he was kept there, and when he was released from there, then first he went to Karbala, and after Karbala he went to Medina. He lived alive for 34 years in Medina after Karbala. So, but that 34 years spent it only crying or either worshipping. Nothing else he did in his life after Karbala. So one day Minhal has asked him, Mawla, till when you will cry? Till when you will continue crying? Then Imam said, Minhal, you have not done the justice to me. You know that Yaqub's one son Yusuf had just disappeared from his eyes, and he had cried so much that his eyes had turned white. And in Karbala, my 18th Yusuf have been murdered, 18 Yusufs are killed. And you are telling when you will stop crying? Till when you will cry, Imam? Imam said, Minhal, you have not done the justice to me. You are saying this to me. Yes, many people had asked this type of question, which gave a very hard pain in the heart of Imam Abedin alayhi salam, like Minhal have asked. Yes, after Karbala, Imam had nothing left with him in the world. He was just crying and worshipping, crying and worshipping. He has not left anything to give anyone. The merchants, the poor people who have been received food from him before Karbala and now not getting anything, because now Imam has nothing. Only thing he have, the marks of chain on his body. So, as you know, a very virtue is there about him after Karbala only. When a man who used to come for Hajj every year. So, after Hajj, he went to Medina to see Imam and at one year when he came and he took many gifts to him and then he gave him. When he came back, then his wife asked him, tell me, you take big gifts for your Imam, but your Imam has given you something anytime. Then he said, shut up, don't say this, my Imam is hearing all this. He will get to know all this. Then, after a year, when he again went for the Hajj, and from Hajj, when he went from Medina to see him, then Imam first stopped him to take a lunch and when he had eaten, now Imam took up the bottle of water and said, now I will wash your hands. Then he said, no, you can't wash my hands. Then he said, no, you are right. You have came to my house and now I will wash your hands because you have came to me. And now Imam washed his hand and now he said, look what is in that pot. Then the man looked and said, Mawla, there is water. Then Imam said, no. Again look. Then he again looked. Now when he looked, there was no water in the pot. But the pot was filled with diamonds and gems. And he shocked. This was the power of Imam. Just his tongue had said, no, this is not water. Then that water changed to gems and diamonds. This was his power. Then Imam removed the gems and collected. Now again he washed in his hand and said, now look what's there. Said, again water. Then Imam said, now again look. Then when he saw there were many gold, then Imam packed all the gold and the gems together to him and gave to him and said, tell your wife that my Imam has nothing to give you all after Karbala in the world. So this is what I have, what I am giving you all. Then the man felt very ashamed, and when he reached his house, shamefully he presented the diamond, gems and gold to her wife. The wife was very happy. Now she said, now the next year I will also go with you for the Hajj and to meet your Imam. Then after a year when she had done the Hajj with him and now they have now reached Medina. On the way his wife had died. Now crying he reached to Imam and said, when he came, Imam firstly asked, where's your wife? Then he said, she have died on the way. Then Imam stopped him, stood in a position of namaz, and he took 2 rakat namaz, and now he said, go back, your wife is alive now. When he reached, his wife was sitting there alive. Then he took her to Medina. When she saw Imam Zainul Abedin alayhi salam, she got shocked, a very high shock in her brain, and said, "Of course, this was that man who said to Malakul Maut, 'Give her 30 years life from me, and we have given me as a gift of 30 years life, and Malakul Maut has made me alive again. This is that man.'" So this Imam has given thing. Imam has said that I have nothing to give after Karbala, and now I have given her 30 years life. If after Karbala, when we have nothing to give, we have given this much, what would we have given before Karbala to anybody? This can't be imagined, because it's out of imagine. Because Imam Zainul Abedin alayhi salam give many things to them. It can't be described here. So, but many people are like this, that don't like these things. From them, one of his Walid, who have poisoned Imam. Yes, after Karbala, 34 years, he spent it crying. Now what he have did, that he have given him poison. He don't want to see him alive. They have given him poison, and he was betrayed at 25th Muharram, 95th Hijri in Medina. When the people of Medina got to know that our fourth Imam, Imam Zainul Abedin alayhi salam, had been betrayed him, they came out beating their chest and their heads. And then after this, Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam has given him ghusl and wrapped the coffin on his body, and he have graved him next to Imam Hassan alayhi salam, who was Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam grandfather and Imam Zainul Abedin alayhi salam's uncle. Yes, in Jannatul Baqi there are 4 Imam who are graved. The first one is Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and the second one is Imam Zainul Abedin alayhi salam. So when they have graved him, there is still no shriek on their graves, on the grave of Zahab Fatima Salamullah alayha and our 4 Imams who are graved there. But very soon, inshallah, Imam Zamana alayhi salam will come and build the shrine on their graves. Very soon, inshallah. And as you all know that our part 5th has ended the series documentary of Imam Zainul Abedin alayhi salam. But very soon I am going to bring series documentary of Janab Sakina Salamullah alayha to you all. And I will describe the whole life from her birth to the prison and prison to her martyrdom. It is a very short story because she had lived for only 4 years in this world. So very soon I am going to bring this, but till then, give me permission. Khuda Hafiz, thank you. For getting this videos, subscribe and like my channel Zikre Karbala. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.